I'm Rory Garforth. I'm a tutor at DECV.
Nigel Middlehurst. I'm a trustee director of Durham Electronic Community Village.
DECV were already funded by CRT when I started here in 2010, but I've been quite involved with CRT ever since 2010 really, so I knew quite a lot about that programme. CCIP has allowed us to extend as an organisation really, particularly to extend our curriculum from just doing ICT courses to doing employability skills courses. We started off just delivering ICT, and because of the need in the area, which is really employability, the CCIP were perfect for that. So we developed the curriculum, and the funding from CCIP helped pave the way for that really.
I mean, I think we are, to say the least, grateful for CRT's assistance. It certainly made life easier. And with the contraction of potential funders over the last 10, 15 years or whatever, having a reliable, trusted funder effectively on our doorstep that not only can provide funding, but also the sorts of information and the up-to-date economic data that we need to put funding bids into other funders as well. So I think that the assistance has been quite invaluable over the years. I think it's absolutely vital. I mean, one of the constant discussions we have as trustees, and to a certain extent it's rose-coloured spectacles, we look back on the last 15 years and the levels of funding we have, and the money that was put in to develop DECV and where it used to be. And then we reflect on what the community's need is, and we see very little difference now from 15 years ago. The level of resources that we've got to work with are dramatically reduced, and if we continue serving this community and the wider community outside Thurnscoe, we've got to have resources, and I think it's a constant battle for us. I think there's one of the changes that we've seen in the last decade or so is the change in people's requirements. Now we're talking about a fundamental approach to IT that even gets them into the jobs market, and it's not necessarily training for a job, it's just to get them to, it's a key that opens a door.
Yeah.
They have to have whatever skills now just to enter the jobs market, to look for work.
For other organisations like ourselves who are thinking about accessing CCIP, I would say to just apply. Don't be afraid of application process or anything like that, because the help is available.
I think it's very important, and I think it's important, on a general scale, that when you're looking for funding, you find a funder that understands the needs of your community, and that's not always the case. And I think the benefit of CRT is, because it works in Coalfields, we are part of the South Yorkshire Coalfield, we're surrounded by other coalfield communities that have exactly the same problems as wherever they are in South Yorkshire, that there's an expertise within CRT that benefits us, and you can't get away from that, and that's invaluable, I think, in the longer term. Somebody has to champion the coalfield areas. We're not making progress at the rate that we should be doing. If you look at the closure of the coal industry, everything happened around the same time, towards the end of the 20th century. We're nearly 20 years on, or more in some cases, and things are not necessarily improving. If we look at the indices of deprivation, they're not moving on rapidly. Levels of education and employment are not moving on. We've still got the problems. And somebody has to champion these coalfield areas, otherwise they're always going to be coalfield areas, and we need to move on from coalfield areas into something new, something better, something with better prosperity, better employment, better health, and without a champion we'll never do that.